Good evening. This is Mary Joseph coming live from Hamilton. This is AJV Services. We are a New Zealand-based company. We provide education migration services. We are a Kiwi company. We're based out of New Zealand and Hamilton. Hamilton is not very far from Auckland. Auckland is one of the most popular cities. It's not the capital, but it is the business capital of New Zealand. So yeah, so we're just about an hour and a half from there. And we provide education migration services, as I said. So we assist students and migrants who want to come to New Zealand. We are basically the channel through which you can work with us. I mean, the most common word used for what we do is, basically we are called agents, but we call ourselves advisors. We call ourselves a migration services company purely because we don't like to be tagged in that word called an agent, because especially in a country like India where we operate quite strongly, and most of our students come from, agent word is quite misleading. It often happens that agents are not trustworthy because there is no licensing regime, or there is no, there is no way of verifying their authenticity. There is no regulations, or there is no body that governs an agent. Please be aware that we are a New Zealand company. We registered in New Zealand. Secondly, we have our big boss, Arun Jacob, who's a licensed immigration advisor by immigration. Basically, there's something called Immigration Advisors Authority in New Zealand, who basically issues licenses for people to give immigration advice. So this company is owned and run by a licensed immigration advisor. That means we've got the seal of the government of New Zealand. Besides that, we are a New Zealand educated recognized agency by Education New Zealand. Education New Zealand is again a body that promotes New Zealand education across the globe. So we have a recognition from them. All our advisors have gone through ENZ training. All of them are certified education advisors from ENZ. Plus, I'm coming live and I've got a license too. So I'm a licensed immigration advisor as well. And so we have, at the moment on the team, we have 4 licensed immigration advisors. Actually 3 licensed immigration advisors. One about to get her license. She finished her program, the first 4 papers of what is required to get the license. She's completed that, and we're just waiting for her license to happen. So 3 licensed advisors and 1 in the making, and then we've got 2 more who will get their license for mid next year. So we are a team that has gone through training. We don't give advice just because we want to make some money. We give advice for 2 reasons. Number one, for the love of New Zealand. New Zealand is our first client. We always look at it. And second is you young people who want to come to New Zealand. So that's about the company. And this live session, basically, Arun and myself do these live sessions. Arun does it on Tuesdays and I do on Thursdays. So we do these live sessions mainly for AJV student and migrants. So basically, we would like to cater to them, because it's sometimes it's not possible for all our students to speak to us. We have a big group of students who are looking at coming to New Zealand, who are working with us at the moment, and we are unable to talk to each one of them. So these sessions basically a way to encourage them to come online and ask questions, and also it benefits so many others who would like to come work with us as well. So couple of ground rules here. Number 1 is AJV students, please start with stating your full name and that you're an AJV student and you're already working with one of our team members. Great if you can mention the details of your advisor. And if you are non-AJV, you're not working with us at the moment, and you'd like to work with us, or this is the first time you're coming online and asking a question, please leave your contact number. Right? Without contact information, I will not be able to answer to any of your questions. Okay, those are the ground rules, and through the session, I will also basically give out contact details and everything of ours, so that's fine. Before I move on to the questions, a few of them have come in. My team has joined in as usual. Hi team, thank you so much for coming online. So there are a couple of questions coming in. So before we go to the questions, all those people who have already started commenting, please leave your phone number if you're non-AJV. If you're not an AJV client already, I will not be able to answer to any of your questions unless you have left your number. Also, those who are watching this live on YouTube, also we will need you to leave your contact numbers, else we will not be, else my team will basically not paste your questions for me to answer. Okay, so please, I request you guys, because see, we do give information, we do give free information. However, it is practically impossible for us to contact you unless you leave us a contact information, unless you give us your contact information. So we'd like to at least call back and follow up and say hello, and figure out what you'd like to do and what kind of help you need. Okay, so please, I mean, it's a non-obligation phone call, and I'd like you guys to just share your contact information. Arun has also addressed concerns in the previous sessions about delays with visas. We are beginning to see some change over the past few days. We've been getting approvals for all our students. So it is taking a while, but they are coming through slowly but surely. Hence, I would request all you AJV students who are going to come online and ask me the same question about visas. It is going to take time. If you're going to ask me the same question and again, I may not have an answer. In fact, we are making efforts of I'm able to call and get an update whether an application is allocated or not. So you will hear from your advisor shortly whether your case has been allocated yet or not. Nevertheless, not to panic, because INZ has told us any applications that were filed prior to June, basically around before 8 weeks, will be most likely, there's a very, very good chance they will be approved on time for the July intake. No assurance is given, however, there is a good chance. So we anybody who's filed before May and before that, INZ has told us that all applications will be processed by July. So that's what we hear, and we'd like you to be patient. Partner applications, as simple as this, 5 to 6 months waiting period. And the students who are coming to New Zealand and having their partners left behind, please come prepared. Don't come with a thought saying, "Oh God, I have to live without my partner. I have to, every single day. You cannot live this over and over." Okay, I was telling some of my other clients as well. Please don't get your kids out of schools. Please don't do that. It is the worst kind of pressure you can get on yourself. Okay, so don't get your kids out of schools. Let them continue studying till their visas are approved. Don't leave your jobs. These are the two critical things. INZ, in fact, tells us not even to book tickets till the passport or the e-visa is issued. So in that scenario, think of how big of a pressure it will get, if you guys take your children out of school and wait for months together, So if suppose the student has come here for the July intake and the partner and the child are in India, guys, just wait patiently. It is going to take time. The decision will come, especially if you're an AJV client. There is very, very less chance your visa is going to be declined, because we do a thorough job, especially with partnership applications. We are very, very particular when we are signing up people to ensure that they have all met all their partnership requirement, or we clearly tell you that it's going to be a risky case, right? We have not lost a single partnership application so far. So we believe that we have a very, very strong team of people who understand how partnerships work, and that is the reason we do a good job. We have been doing a good job, and we will continue to do so. So there's no doubt whether you'll get your visas or not, but there's going to be a delay. You have to learn to wait for that. Okay, so that's what it is. Please be patient. Don't be in a rush, and let the student go peacefully, and let the student study, because that is the most important thing. You're spending so much money. It doesn't make sense that you send your wife or husband away with a stress, saying that, "Oh, what's going to happen? You're not going to take us," and stuff like that. So don't do that. It puts undue pressure, and I've seen some of the people failing over here because of that and going through mental stress. Unable to focus on their study, and then obviously they fail and all the money is gone down the drain. So I do not recommend that to happen. Please be practical in this scenario, what's happening at the moment. Okay, so let's move on. Before the questions pile up. I hope all those people who have left questions already have left their contact details, and then we will take it from there. Okay. So the first one is from Aurora Hirat, who says, can I apply for English? Aurora, first of all, you will need to leave your details so that I can come back. Daniel says, hi. Hi, Daniel. Yakub Loan says, which service you provide? I just explained that at length. Shoaib Hussein says, how to apply. Shoaib, if you're interested to apply, first of all, please leave your contact information. My team will reach out to you. And if when they reach out to you, please share your details and what your interests are and what is your budget, your English language and everything, and basically explain what your goal is. And then my team will be able to help you, right? So that's how it is. Okay. That's how you connect with us and how to apply. Okay. Next question is from Bilal Ayub. He says, hi, send your WhatsApp number. Okay. Bilal, if you're looking at connecting with one of our team members for a student visa, please call. If you're based in India, there is a toll-free number that you can call. And we've also started a short code messaging service. Okay. So just give me a few seconds before I pull out that information. So just a second. Sorry, I didn't have that information with me before I got started. Okay, so the India toll-free number, if you're based in India toll-free number is 1-800-103-6525. And if you are not in India and you're based overseas, then I would recommend you to send us an email at info@ajvglobal.com. Okay, and if yeah, so that's the best way to connect with us. And leave us your number. That's the other thing that you can, if you leave your number, my team will connect back with you today itself. Okay, so that'll be the best way to do it. Okay, next question. Akshay Kumar. Akshay says, Madam, how can I connect to students in accounting hospitality field? I have messaged to you and my case officer didn't give me a positive reply. Arun sir is saying in every live session, if you need, we can connect to the students. But why are you doing this? I'm an AJV client. Akshay, first of all, I'm sorry if you have not got this response before. So if you're looking at now, accounting and hospitality are two different things. Okay, if you can tell me clearly, are you looking at accounting or are you looking at hospitality? Because they're two different, they are basically industries apart. I don't understand exactly what you're looking at. So you will need to be clear. We will be able to connect you with one of our students. In fact, in hospitality, if you're looking at someone, again in hospitality, are you looking at culinary arts or are you looking at services? Okay, so they're two different industries again. So yes, we do connect to our students. If you're already working with us, if you're already working with us, then we should be able to connect with you with one of our clients here in HAV. But at the moment, my team tells me that you have not yet got your offer letter. Okay, because there is a delay from your end in terms of getting the degree certificate. That's what my team tells me. So what we normally do, Akshay, I'll be honest with you, what we normally do is we are able to connect our students only at a certain stage, purely because again now at this stage we don't know what you're going to what course you're going to do, right? So I cannot get you to talk to one of our AJV students who is basically studying at this time and going through a lot of things themselves. I don't want you to connect them at this early stage. Okay, I think what you should do is you should get your offer letter. First of all, decide what course you want. Okay, if you can clearly tell me, okay ma'am, I want to do postgraduate diploma in accounting, then I know who to connect you to. Because we have students at postgraduate level, we have students at master's level, and we have students at graduate diploma levels, and we also have students who have done bachelor's degree. Now tell me, which level do I connect you to, right? Because each of the courses are different. Also, the ideal thing to be is to connect you to someone who studied the same course where you're interested to study, the college basically. So I need you to, first of all, shore up your plans. Unless you shore up your plan, we will not be able to give you, a contact to speak to. Okay. So I'm going to tell your case officer as well, your visa officer who's dealing with your application, your advisor as well, that whenever you get your offer letter, whenever you decide, I will be more than happy, and you can connect with me straight away, and I can connect you to one of our students. Okay. But unless I know what course you're going to study for and which college, it's going to be difficult for me to connect you to someone. Okay. I hope you understand why I'm saying this, because otherwise you will be talking to 10 different people and you will not know. Finally, you will get confused. We don't want to confuse you. We have to give you clarity. We need to give you the right direction. And that will happen only if you're able to close in on a program and then decide which college you're going to. Okay. So stay connected with me. I have seen your messages. Stay connected with me. Once you have your offer letter, let me know. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Mario D. Rosario says, hello, ma'am. I have completed my master's in aerospace in UK and now I feel good to moving over to New Zealand. Looking for migration part is possible. Thank you. Mario, what I would suggest is you will have to send us an email with your CV and of your spouse if you're married to immigration advisor. Advisor is spelled SER, not SOR. Okay, advisor, immigration advisor at ajvglobal.com. Send your CV. We will be able to do an assessment and get back to you about migration to New Zealand. Okay, that's how it is. Okay, Akshay, accounting. I understand you said accounting, but what level? Is it going to be a graduate diploma or a postgraduate diploma or a master's in professional accounting? Because at the moment, I see that you are not able to decide on the level of the course. Okay, so we need to decide on the level of the course. It's important. I cannot I cannot get you to talk to someone who's at a master's level, where if you're going to apply for a graduate diploma, okay, so it won't make sense for me to connect you with them. Okay, yeah. Umesh Sonara says, hello, ma'am. I want to ask you, is there any scope for graphic designers or 3D artists? Of course, graphic designers are doing extremely well here in New Zealand. So there is a lot of scope, Umesh, but Umesh, you have not given us any of your details. Please share your details with me before I answer any further questions of yours. Okay? Okay. Anita ONeal. Hi, Anita. Anita is one of our clients who comes in every session. I missed you actually last week, I guess. So because I was mentioning I didn't see you come in. So, right. Okay, next question. Sanjal Arya says, hello, ma'am. I've completed a 4-year diploma in welding mechanic. Okay. Sajan, is that all about your question? Because I don't see anything else. Please elaborate your question so that I can answer that too for you. And also, Sanjan, please leave your number. Without that, I won't be able to answer any questions. Okay? Okay. I'm just, we've run out of questions on Facebook, so I'm just quickly checking to see if there's any other questions. Shamal Parek asks, for November intake, do you think if we apply around July end, I will still get a visa before term starts, considering the current scenario of visas? Shamal, first of all, I don't know if you're working with us or not. I would recommend you to do so. Okay. And if I will be again able to answer that question only if you're working with us. Okay. So best will be for you to share your number and connect with my team. First of all, start with sharing your number. And if you do so, then I'll come back and answer your question. Okay. Steffi M says, I would like to study a PG diploma in management at either Otago Polytechnic or EIT. Subjects are totally different in both institutions. The same course, which institution would you recommend? Steffi, again, it's a very it is a very specific question that you're asking. So what I need you to do is I need you to send me an email. Okay. I need you to send me an email to info@ajvglobal.com. Send your phone number, and I will be able to examine both the papers and then suggest you. Okay. Because yes, they are totally different papers. I realized that they do two different, the course is the same, but the papers are different. Let's do an examination of what is best for you. So if you can send me an email to info@ajbglobal.com, we'll be able to talk to you. First of all, you will be connected to a student advisor, of course, and you can mention to your student advisor that, this is in response to the live session, and you're sending the response an email because of that. So then one of the advisors will connect you, will discuss your questions with me and come back. Okay. So please send us an email, info@ajbglobal.com. Okay. Shamal Parekh. Okay. Team, can you confirm if Shamal's working with us? He tells me that Catherine is helping through the process. Can you please confirm that Shamal Parekh is working with us? Okay. I'm just switching quickly to Facebook. Okay, so Facebook, there's another question. Mr. Shahid Abbasi says, is it possible without IELTS? Mr. Shahid, I think it'll be best if you can leave us your contact information for me to answer this, please. Yeah, thank you. Okay, Shamal, I will answer your question. My team has confirmed that you're working with Catherine for your application, so I'll be more than happy to answer that question for you. So, so you're saying July for November intake. So that's going to be. So it's July. Obviously, there won't be time for July, so that's going to be August, September, October, November. You'll be all right because it's going to be 3 months. And also INZ has told us that by September, they're expecting that the processing timelines will come down to 6 weeks. So fingers crossed that happens, because they've also brought in about 40 new immigration officers. Trust me, guys, they're working really, really hard. We've seen them in action. If their cases are allocated to them, they are working very, very hard to clear them out as soon as possible. They're working hard. It's wrong to say that what are they doing? Are they just sitting and doing nothing? Unfortunately, they're each one of them who is appointed with INZ at the moment, they're doing their best to clear out the load, because they are seeing the kind of impact it's making on everybody, not just the student, but the overall, education community here for us. It's impacting us agencies, it's impacting the schools, it's impacting the New Zealand economy, it's impacting the New Zealand reputation, because New Zealand was known for the most easy visa process. So easy, I'd not say easy, but simple and clear, and it's not as complicated as Australia or the US. So New Zealand's reputation's at stake as well. Okay, so that's exactly why they have promised us that it's going to happen quickly. So we'll just wait to see the results. Okay, so Shamla also comes back. He says, all right, then let's be hopeful. Kudos to AJB team. I love the way you guys work digitally. Thank you very much. On that note, yeah, so we do work digitally. However, we are looking at a possibility of setting up an office here in Hamilton. So yes, so we will probably in the next live session, you will hear that a possible date and stuff like that of our new office that is being set up here in Hamilton. So yes, so the big boss will do the proper announcement, but yes, we are most likely looking at setting up an office here in Hamilton. So we will have more information about this next week. Hopefully by next week, you will come to know by when we are going to go operational, and what's going to be our address, and where we are going to be working, and who's going to be there, and everything. So yeah, that's going to be the big announcement next week. So let's wait for that. So yeah, we are digital, but we are also going to go we're going to be physically present here in Hamilton. So yes, Rukman, next question is Rukman Samarasinghe. He says PhD availability. Rukman, again, please leave your number. Besides that, I will still answer your question. PhD is very, very difficult to get in. And for that, because it's quite complicated to, be able to find a supervisor, and somebody who can guide you and assist you through your research project. Okay, so it is difficult, but it's not impossible, because I have seen some students with some amazing research projects. They've been also able to get full scholarships for their research. So I have seen that happen as well. However, it's going to be tough. The waiting is also long. So if you're looking at coming to New Zealand faster, please look like Masters by Research, which is a 1-year program, which is a great stepping stone for you to get into a PhD later, okay? Because it helps you. Again, PhD is required for people over here in New Zealand specifically who are looking at, say, teaching jobs. Okay, the other thing a lot of people do not understand about PhD, though the fees is domestic fees, you are still required to show $15,000 as living expenses. Okay, so that becomes quite expensive that way. If you are, say, showing only $4,000-5,000 per annum for your fees, you still have to show $15,000 per annum as living expenses. That way it becomes pretty expensive for you when you apply for a visa. Okay, so what I would recommend you guys to do is um, I would recommend you guys to have a look at it and consider the master's program. My team will connect with you, and and please mention that I've specified about masters by research, and they will help you accordingly. Okay, next question. Mr. Shahid Abbasi has come back and given his number. Thank you very much, Mr. Shahid. So the question you had asked is it possible without IELTS? Unfortunately, not specifically for certain countries. Without IELTS, it's not possible unless they have studied in an English-speaking country prior to that. Yeah, so there are 1 or 2 possibilities or pathways available for someone who's not done English language. So I'd recommend you to talk to us, and depending on the profile of the client and of the applicant, we'll be able to advise whether IELTS is required or not. Okay. Next question we have Unmesh Sonara. Says, yes, ma'am, I'm a BCom graduate. Then I done diploma in multimedia. Then I have 10 years experience in 3D architecture visualization. I want to move to New Zealand. I want to know which will be better or further study in New Zealand. So can I get a job? So I can get a job easily for PR. Unesh, thank you so much for your question, and it's quite clear what you're looking at. However, you have not left your phone number. So if you can please leave your contact details, I'll come back and answer your question. Okay? Right. Right. So the next question is from, let me just quickly check if my team's pinging me about something. Okay, they are quite silent. So that means we're all good to go. Right. So Janvi Jadhav says, hello, ma'am. Hi, Janvi. And a sweet little smiley. Thank you very much. I'm hoping that's because you're quite happy with us. Okay. Sumit Malhotra. Okay, one more AJV client. Hi, Sumit. Thank you for working with us, first of all. So Sumit says, hello, ma'am. I'm an AJV student and a regular viewer. Thank you very much for that. Okay, let me just adjust myself a bit. I'm feeling a bit strained in my back. Okay. I had applied for 2 courses in different institutions and happily saying that I've got my offer letter from Toy Ohamai today. That's great. Thanks for your team, especially Neha Selen, for support. My question is that now that I have previous experience in photography for 10 years and now I'm doing a PG diploma in management study, would that be challenges to gain employment after studies? Interesting. So you've got 10 years of experience in photography. So I understand that you have a background in photography. Maybe you've studied something in photography, because if you have not, then that's why you're doing a management. So what exactly is your profile? Team, can you tell me what exactly is Sumit's previous qualification? Yeah, because I see that you've done photography, and because in fact it was quite interesting. There was somebody this morning who sent me a job offer letter. Said, hey, you know what, I'm getting a job as a photography assistant. So how does that work with my resident visa? So I was doing a bit of research and I came to know that photographers are actually on skill level 1 according to ANSCO. So ANSCO is basically ANZSCO. So ANSCO. So basically it's Australia, New Zealand skilled occupations, ANZSCO, skilled classifications of occupations. Okay, so they have lists of all the skills available. I mean, not available, but skills in the countries, and they list them what levels they are. Okay, and photographers are actually skill level 1. Okay, so tomorrow, if you get an employment as a photographer, somebody who who's actually handling cameras and everything, doing end to end what a photographer does, there's a good chance you will qualify for your resident visa even on that. However, we need to see that you're suitably qualified. Okay, because INZ would like to see whether you have the training required to be a photographer. Okay, but if you're getting a job as any role in the management also should be fine. Yes, it's going to be challenging because you have done something in photography and have no experience in management area. That is going to be a bit of a challenge, but however, um, if you're able to show skills in either one of the areas and you're able to crack yourself a job with 52,000 salary per annum or $25 per hour, you have a good chance to apply for a resident visa. So yeah, so that's how it is. My team has just come back to me. You've completed a BA in geography. What did you do with geography? Okay, geography honors. Okay, that's fine. And then you've done a PG diploma in mass communication. Brilliant. So if you've done mass communication, that means you would have done photography and camera handling and everything. So if you're able to find a job as a photographer, that's good. If you're not able to find a job as a photographer, but um, as something related to business, that should be fine, because again, because you've done a course in New Zealand, you should be all right. So I think it's only a matter of it's only a matter of proving that you're suitably qualified for whatever role that you're being offered. Okay, you should be all right, so don't worry about it. Yeah, okay. And we're there to guide you anyways once you finish your course and you come here and things like that, so don't worry about it. Okay, so don't worry about it, Sumit, and once you come here, we'll be able to guide you further. Okay, next question we have from Vishal Kurtwal, who says, hello, ma'am, how to time to get New Zealand partnership visitor visa? Okay, Vishal, I think you're trying to say how much time it takes to get a New Zealand partnership visa. Vishal, I see that most likely you're not an HIV client, and that's the reason I can't recollect your name, because all the partnership applications I'm filing at the moment. So no, I don't recollect your name. I don't think you're an HIV client. However, I could, if you connect with us once you finish the session, my team will reach out to you and connect with us and give us your contact information, or you can send us an email at immigrationadvisor@ajvglobal.com and I'll be able to answer that for you. Okay. So give me a call and find out if you have not yet applied. I think you must consider applying through us. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So we have Umnesh, who's come back and given his phone number. Thank you so much, Umnesh. Really appreciate that. I'm going to go back and answer your question. So if you've done something in 3D architecture visualization, um, and you have 10 years of experience, but you're a BCom graduate, so it's a very less chance you'll qualify for a skilled migrant category job search visa. In your situation, I definitely recommend you to study, because if you also, because you've done a diploma and you have experience in something else, so possibly you just sorry, you have a BCom and then you have a multimedia diploma. So what I would suggest in your scenario is to just take a good program here in New Zealand, which will strengthen your 10 years of experience in 3D architecture visualization. So, so I think you will do courses. There is a very good program with Media Design School. My team will be able to advise that further if when they connect with you. So it's a very very good program actually, and it is VFX and there is PG diploma. Sorry, there are masters and we also have graduate diploma level programs. So if you connect to my team, they will be able to look at what softwares you have done, what kind of software exposure do you have, and based on that they will advise you. Okay, so I would recommend you to please connect with my team, Unish, and we'll be able to help you with a good program, and you'll do well because there's a lot of requirement for people in this area in New Zealand, 3D visual artists and stuff like that. There's quite a lot of demand, and some of our visual effects artists are actually working with Veta Digital. So there's a lot of demand, and all our students are doing well. So please connect with us. Okay. Vishal Kundwal says you've applied in January. Okay. And I got an email from INZ, an update on my application, which is April to June. My visa application will be allocated to a visa officer, immigration officer. Vishal, I'm sorry. We have already mentioned a lot of times that it's taking some time. Partnership applications at the moment, it's going to be a bit of time. So if you've applied in January, then hopefully you should get a decision soon. So yeah, so stay in touch with INZ and stay in touch with your advisor. Okay. Okay, so next question. Sumit says, thanks for your guidance and great answer always. Okay, Sumit, thank you so much for that. Okay, right, so we're at the end of the questions again. Okay, let me just check what my team has to say about this. Okay. Any other questions that I've missed? I hope not, because, okay. I'm just scrolling through all the questions to see. Hi, Rina. Thanks for coming online. Rina is one of our students. Okay. And the rest of my team as usual. Just trying to see if there's any questions that I missed. Hi, Saujanya. Good to see you online. Again, Saujanya is one of our clients. She's based somewhere outside of Nelson. Okay, Shamil Parekh adds to say, I've got approval from Wingtech for level 7 graduate diploma. Unless I get an approval from Unitech Auckland, I'll be flying to Hamilton itself. Shamil, I would strongly recommend you to look at Wingtech. If you've got an offer from Wingtech, please go ahead with that. Purely because you will get a 2 years post study work visa when compared to getting a 1 year post study work visa if you study in Auckland, unless you're doing a level 8 in Auckland. Okay. If you're looking at the same level 7 graduate diploma, then I strongly recommend you come to Hamilton because you will get 2 years post study work visa. Also, after getting a 2 years post study work visa, you're free to move anywhere across the country, wherever your job takes you to, right? So don't strap yourself to Auckland just because it's a big city and you think you'll get more part-time jobs. It's okay if you don't have a part-time jobs. The government of New Zealand is ensuring that you have $15,000 in your account for your living expenses just because you don't strap yourself to things that are the least important. Yeah. So I would recommend you to definitely look at coming to Hamilton because you get a 2 years post study work visa when compared to 1 year if you go to Auckland for a level 7 program. So that's my recommendation. If you've got an offer letter, get started. Don't wait because INC is taking again a very very long time with all applications. So don't be at a disadvantage just because you've applied for 3 or 4 weeks late, which would act as a blessing for you when you're closer to your start date. Okay, so that's how it is. Okay, anything else that okay, so I'm just gonna, now that we don't have any questions, I'm just gonna say this, okay? We've been coming across certain kinds of relaxed attitude from a lot of students who are here. Luckily, they're non-AJV students, but there are some of the students who are quite relaxed with a couple of things. They are not understanding the impact of what it would happen. Number one is not paying any fines and dues. Number one, very important. Second, plagiarism. Please be careful with plagiarism, right? Do not copy, paste, and submit your research proposals, or, sorry, any of your assignments or anything like that. Please be very, very careful of plagiarism. Third thing, just before you apply for your post-study work visa, I've seen a lot of students just taking money out of their friend's account and putting it in their account and showing it for the visa. Many of them have been questioned by INZ about that money. Please be careful about that, okay? The fourth one, producing, now I have seen some people are producing fraudulent documents to INZ and thinking that it will never come in the eyes of INZ, okay? Putting qualifications that you don't have on job applications. So if you put down a qualification that you don't have just because you think, it's okay, let's see if it comes back or not. If you're able to crack that job, you will then, be faced with this thing about, okay, now if I've said I've got an MBA or I've got a master's, I've got a certain diploma certification from somewhere, you will be very, very tempted to produce a fraudulent document in that scenario. Please don't do that. Please, any document that you, the most recent thing that INZ is picking up is verification of driving licenses. If you have a fake driving license from India, or you've applied through an agency, please go back and check, because INZ is now checking all driving licenses, because you would have converted your Indian driving license to a New Zealand driving license and used that to get jobs. If that's the case, they're checking all driving licenses. Please ensure your driving license is legit. Second, the loans that you've applied during your student visa, they're going back to check that. They're going back to check your birth certificates. So there are a lot of documents INZ is going back to check. So what makes you think that they will not check a document that you have submitted along with your current application? They're going back to check on the previous applications, okay? So please don't resort to using fraudulent documentation. And the most important thing, fifth thing, don't wait for your visa expiry to apply for an extension. If you don't have a job or you don't know what to do next, please talk to us, especially AJV students and for non-AJV students as well. Please talk to us. It's very important that you talk to us so that we can give you the right advice at the right time. After your visa is expired, if you're coming to us, it's a whole lot of mess, and we need to charge you more money. We will have to do a lot of processes. It'll cost you more stress and problems. So please be careful about your visa expiry date. Don't wait for it to happen and then come to us, okay? Very important. So these are the problems that I've been coming across in the past few weeks from people. So I am just cautioning for you guys to be careful about it, right? So before I forget, we've been talking about a toll-free number for only India. So we've got a toll-free number here in New Zealand as well. So this is the first announcement I'm making for our toll-free number. So the New Zealand toll-free number for all those who are based here in New Zealand to get free advice here. The number is 0800 my NZPR. Okay, so this is a word number. How does it work? So if you take your phone, if for all those who don't understand how these word numbers work, okay, so that's, if you look at your phone and you say 0800, okay, so that's 0800, and when you type my, so you go to the word, the numbers with the digits saying my M is 6, Y is 9, then again it's NZ is again 6 and 9, and PR is 77. So our number is 0800 696977. So that is our toll-free number here in New Zealand. So it's a nice smart one. So it's the word number is 0800 my NZPR. It's easy for you guys to remember. You don't have to ever forget all those people here in New Zealand. You can give us a call on 0800 my NZPR to reach us. Um, so this is going to be available from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. every day. Okay, so it will not cost you for you to call this number from any landline or mobile. So you can call us on this number, either myself or Virginia, the other person here on shore. She's our customer service manager. Either one of us will answer phone calls from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. every day, on the weekends, on the weekdays, but on the weekends, we would request you guys to just send us, leave us a voice message, and also, if it's urgent and critical, we will get back to you, right? So that's what you need to do. So that's one thing that's happened new here. Also, we have an event in Mumbai. So this is a seminar where you can meet Arun and our other advisors. You will be meeting a licensed immigration advisor who will be providing a seminar on, who will be providing information about immigration and the pathways and everything. And you will also be able to meet our student advisors in Mumbai. So this event is happening on the 28th of July in Mumbai. But please be aware, this is only by invitation. So you will need to pre-register yourself, because again, as I said, we will not be able to cater to all the people coming in. It's going to be a very, very, organized event where you will have only people who have been invited will be able to come in. It's not a walk-in event. So my team is putting up posts regularly. Please register yourself for that. Okay, and if you register yourself, then we will be able to help you further on this. Okay, I mean, we'll confirm your registration so that you can attend the seminar. Okay, so that's what it is. That's the update that my team has asked me to tell. Okay, just give me a quick second. Let me also just check. Right. Okay, so the next question. We're just coming to the end of the session. We've got about 11 minutes to go. So let's check what other questions have come in. Okay, Ankit Wagera says, hopefully INZ responds to us soon. Ankit, I am hoping, but what are you worried about? You got your approval already. So Ankit is already worried about his e-visa. He's got his decision and now he's waiting for his visa. Right. Okay, just give me a second. Okay. Next question is from Jairam Chowdhury. He says, I'm currently doing 3 years Bachelor's of Psychology from Nepal. Can I join for Masters in Psychology? Jairam, please leave your question, your phone number. We'll come back and answer that question for you. Ankit Oza says, after PhD in engineering, how can we migrate? Ankit, please send us an email to immigrationadvisor@ajvglobal.com with your CV and of your spouse's CV if you're married, and I'll be able to assess and come back to you. Okay. Vinayak Nijalkar. Hi, Vinayak. I saw your message. This is about your course selection. I called you back this evening, but I did not get an answer. So, I will discuss with your advisor about this. Team, can you confirm to me what is the advisor's name for Vinayak? So I'll be able to discuss your situation with your advisor, Vinayak, and I'll come back to you. Okay? Right. Janvi says, as a student, I really want to appreciate. Okay. So this is another feedback. So Janvi Jadhav says, as AJV student, I want to appreciate AJV Global. Ma'am, thank you so much for such an important information and guidance regularly. You guys are a blessing for us. Thank you so much, Janvi. That's very sweet of you. And that's our goal. Our goal is very simple, that we are to be transparent, to be accurate, and yeah, we are licensed. So we want to be honest with you guys. There's no point of beating around the bush. Yeah, we want to be transparent, we want to be clear, and we want to tell you guys everything that you need to know. That's why you should work with HIV. Okay, and thank you so much for coming online and letting all the other students know as well. Okay, thank you, Janvi. Next question is from Andrew Toms. He says, "Ma'am, I'm an AJV student. I know about the delays, but my classes start on 22nd July. Visa application was allocated to an officer. Wrote some mail, called INZ. Still no update. Please guide me." Andrews, we will find out. Arun and myself are making efforts to connect with INC and get an update if there has been an allocation or not. Because I remember your application was filed quite some time ago, so I'm quite certain it should come through because it's the 27th of June only now. So I think you should be all right. You've got about a month to go, so I think you should be all right, Andrew. Hold on patiently, and I should be able to get you an update as well soon about whether the allocation is done or not. So we'll be able to get back to you on that. Okay. Okay, next question. Right. Let me see if there are any other questions that have come in. Okay. Team is just trying to find out if there are any more questions. Okay. Right. So, okay. So before, I think in a few minutes we will be wrapping up. So I'm going to quickly give you the numbers out again, how you can contact us. For all those people who are based in India, we have a toll number, and this toll-free number is 1-800-103. We have also started something called a short code service for India. So the short code messaging service is where you don't have to actually send what do you say, you don't have to send you don't have to call us, you just have to text us on that short code. So that is 562633. So you can send us a message on that number and one of my team members will give you a call back. So that is our short code messaging service. You can send us a text on 562633. That is the India short code number. Now, for those who are based in New Zealand and any other country apart from India, you can contact us here on 0800, on an email address, which is immigrationadvisor@ajvglobal.com. If you're based in New Zealand, then you can call us on 0800 my NZPR. Okay, I just explained how that works. It's just have to dial the letters on your keypad accordingly and then the number. So basically it's 0800 my NZPR, and you can contact us. We are available from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. every day on the weekdays. On the weekends, you will have to just leave us a message and we will contact you back. Right, so that's how you can connect with us. You can also send us an email at immigrationadvisor@ajvglobal.com. All those who are interested to migrate to New Zealand, please send your CV and CV of your spouse. We will be able to assess and come back to you. Please don't send, if you're married, don't send me only the one of the partner's CV. I need both of your CVs for a proper assessment, and we will come back to you within 48 hours with a suggestion as to whether you qualify or not. Besides that, I think that's about it. I don't have any other updates to give you guys. I had a lot of things. Yeah, the Mumbai event is another very important thing, 28 July. Please pre-register yourself. It is quite important to pre-register. Okay. Andrew, I see that you say that your visa application was allocated on the 23rd of May. So you should be able to get a decision soon if it was allocated on the 23rd of May. So we will try and find out who the case officer is, and we will try and get in touch. So you just need to give us a few days. We will try and find out, give you an update on that. Okay? Right. Sounds good. Okay. So yeah, that's about it. I don't see anything else that I need to talk about. Team, is there anything else that we need to address before we log off for the day today? Right. Okay. Just about the time when we're about to finish, Aritra Sen Gupta comes online. Hi, Aritra. Alitra is one of our students who studied here at Wintech. You can actually see his testimonial as well on YouTube. You can go online and see. Yeah. So he's one of our students who's done an IT program and currently working here in Auckland. Right. So so all those who are who have come to this live session for the first time, you guys should actually go online and look up all our testimonials. We have some amazing testimonials. We roll out at least one each week. It it talks a lot about the courses that the students are selecting and what's happening after they finish their study or while they're studying, their experiences. So you guys should go ahead, go to YouTube and look for AJV Global and or Arun Jacob. You will see a lot of videos where we have our testimonials from our students who are basically talking about their experiences of working um, with us and with New Zealand, basically about how their experiences in New Zealand. So you must go ahead and watch all those videos online. Yeah. Right, so important guys, my team will reach out to you after this live session. So please do respond to them, and then we will be able to help you. And that's about it. And I think that's for today's session. Oh, we have two questions before we wrap up though. So we have Gaurav Chauhan who says, how much money required at the bank for visitor visa? Gaurav, it's a very I'd say it's a very vague question because first of all, we need to see whether you qualify for a visitor visa, whether you are a good applicant for a visitor visa or not. Okay, you will need to my team reaches out to you, you can just mention what your intention is, and then depending on that, or just best send me an email on immigrationadvice@ajbglobal.com, and I'll be able to respond to you on that. Okay, that's the best thing to do, Gaurav. Next question is Shankar. RC Shankar says, hi ma'am, this is Shankar, AJV student. I arrived in New Zealand. Part-time jobs, we require a vehicle. Thank you. I'm sorry, Shankar, are you asking me, do you need a vehicle? Most part-time jobs do not need a vehicle. Depends on the kind of part-time job. If your job is a delivery job or something like that, some of them would require, some of the companies would require you to have a driving license and New Zealand full driver's license and a vehicle, so a car. So it's not too expensive to buy a car in New Zealand. You will be able to buy a decent car with a good warrant of fitness for about a year or so in about $2,500, which is, it's barely about a lakh Indian rupees. So you should be all right, Shankar. For most of our students, I think 50% of our students don't buy cars in the first year. So it depends on what kind of job you're applying for. But then it's good to have a car because it makes your opportunities wider. You don't have to limit yourself to looking for jobs only in the path of you having what do you say, the public transport, or you don't have to rely on a friend to drop you. So having a car is good. It's because you can look for jobs a little away from the city as well, right? And these kind of jobs often tend to pay better because they are a little away and the accessibility is not that high. They are actually paid higher. In fact, this takes me back to a story that this happened way back in about 2005. So this was one of our students. He got a job at the airport. So the airport in Auckland is about 45 minutes away from the main city. So this was the first batch of our students, and this guy got a job in the airport, where all his job was to wipe and put cutlery in the to basically place them properly, nicely before they're being served. So all that was his job. He only has to wipe the clean cutlery which comes from the wash. So just had to wipe it clean and place it properly. That was his job. So this guy had to drive all the way 45 minutes. However, he was paid at least, I think at that point, the minimum wage was around $12 or something. He was actually paid somewhere around $15. And also he would get one meal. because of the airline, catering services. So this guy actually saved so much of money. The first few days he managed, but then he bought a car and he could drive so conveniently to the airport and he could do this job. Okay, so do you understand how convenient? And you'll actually end up saving more money. Yes, you'll have to drive a bit of a distance, but then you'll be making more money in that bargain. Yeah, because you have to travel. So that guy was smart and he was able to get a higher pay, which most students in the city were struggling, and they were getting only about $12 an hour, and he was earning about $15-16, which is brilliant. And plus he was getting one meal, so almost he was saving nearly about $30 to $40 a week just on his meal, once a day meal. So that's how it is. So you guys will need to start looking out of the box and just not say, okay, city mein hi job, I have to find a job in the city itself. That doesn't make sense. You have to keep your options open, be willing to travel a distance so that you'll be paid better. Yeah, also look for venues outside your comfort zone. Don't just don't stick to your saying, oh, I'm going to do this only, I'm going to do that only. It doesn't work that way when you come to New Zealand. You need to stay open. Okay, so I hope I've answered to um answer your question, Shankar. And and we will hope to see you when you're here. You said that you've opened your bank account and IID numbers applied. We'll set soon. My college is starting on the 15th. Okay, great. Good to see you make it here. And I remember you've been coming on quite a few of the live sessions. Thank you so much for being regular on these live sessions and coming online and watching this. So that's great. Thank you very much for choosing Givi to come to New Zealand. And I hope you're happy. Myself and Virginia will connect with you. I'm sure you're already connected with Virginia, but I will talk to you soon as you arrive here. Okay, and all the best, Shankar. Stay in touch with us. Okay, so I think before my team reminds me that time's up. Quickly, India toll free number 1-800-6. Okay, 1-800-103-6525. New Zealand toll free number 0800 MyNZPR, which is 0800-696977. Okay, feel free to call these numbers, guys, because the toll free numbers means that you won't be charged but to call AJV. Yeah, so give us a call and we'll be able to assist you with whatever queries you have, but try and keep it between the working hours. And if we do it, or if you do call us on the weekends, we will give you a call back on once we start work on the weekdays. That's on Monday. So thank you very much for all of you who have come live, and those who come diligently every week. Thank you very much. Thank you all AJV students for working with us, and we hope the rest of you also decide to work with AJV. Thank you very, very much. And Kakite. See you next week. Thank you.